Welcome. My name is Enrico from the Adelaide Music Collective. I am the founder. We now are bestowed and have been since the beginning of last year in running the AMC South Australian Music Hall of Fame. Now I can't get emotional at this point because this is the first one we have done without Daisy. As you know, David Day was the founder of the Hall of Fame. It had been lying dormant for some time. We came along and gave it some life. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll introduce you to Mr. South Australian personality, Mr. Keith Coleman. Thank
you. You'd want an all-star cast. Well, we've definitely got them tonight. The job of an MC, get on and then go off even quicker. I must say though, it's lovely to be here. They've got my name right in the program because I used to be Keith Conlon, and not that funny. Well, it's not very good actually, because the stories are all true. I was sitting in a coffee shop a while ago and somebody came up and said, "Hey, you're the bloke on Burke's Backyard." I said, "No, I'm not." He said, "Yes, you are." Give them a big welcome. The Marmalade Trio. Can fill in on guitar. It's going to be fantastic. Chris Martin is on piano, Lyndon Gray's on bass, and Angus Mason is going to be on the drums. It's a fantastic group, the new Cabal. come to the second half where we induct our first ever Jazz Hall of Fame members. And of course it's a happy and sad occasion because this is the first Hall of Fame induction since we lost David Day. We're going to start with an almost indecently multi-talented jazz multi-instrumentalist. Please welcome Bill Pillane. Bill's instruments include, for instance, I always think of him as a trombonist because I was blessed with being able to play with him for years when he was playing trombone, but he also, of course, is a filthily good drummer, which really makes me a bit cross, and he's a fantastic vocalist as well. Yes, indeed.
I started playing the fife actually in the Blair Athol drum and fife band.
So you can still play, Men of Harley?
Oh, easy.
Yeah. Musically, when you start playing at the Rex and the Baganoo nightclub. Yeah. Got a feeling Bill might have learned a bit more than music at the Baganoo.
Let's just talk about the Rex, maybe.
Well, Bill, it is a great privilege to formally induct you into the Adelaide Music Collective South Australian Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Just because my teeth are burning willing, and just because I always wear a smile, I like to dress up in a lady style. Oh, just because I'm like I'm living, take trouble smiling, get wine. Oh, just because my car's shaking, slightly different baby, that's fine, they put me fine.
Any rockets?
1959.
I mean, this was a pillar of rock and pop in Adelaide.
Twin Street.
Twin Street.
Yeah. First band down there was Graham Schrader on piano, Darcy Wright bass, Billy Ross drums, and myself. And we used to do that from midnight on Fridays and Saturdays, midnight till 2 or 3 o'clock.
We're going to hear Bob Jeffrey. Bob has always blown everybody away with his first note, and together we take you where you want to go and where you've never been. Love you, mate, says Barry. Congratulations. And so do we. We love you too.
Thank you very much.
Bob Howard. 1979. Thank goodness for our sake that you did. What brought you here?
A job.
Now, when it comes to your own trombone credits, this is an amazing list. Here's just a few of the people that Bob has played with. Sammy Davis Jr., somebody called Frank Sinatra, Bette Midler, the Four Tops, the Temptations, Ray Charles, the Woody Herman Big Band. Wow, anyone got a pick?
Oh, I think the best gig I ever had was back in Sammy Davis when he was in Adelaide. He was just astonishing. Just say what an honor this is to have happened to me. I would have never thought this. But the coolest thing is seeing all these young guys up here now playing that I know that, especially Hal, who really is my hero.
Induct you officially into the Hall of Fame. The pioneers of big band, education, a whole lot of other things in South Australia. Hal Hall. Have a seat, Hal. It's Wonderful to have you with us. Hal was born in 1926. It's unbelievable. He's lived in a lot of places in New York originally. He used to skip school and go and listen to the bands that were playing in the cinemas. He is legendary for the stories that he told his students and for the things that happened. Let's start with something from, say, Dusty Cox, one of the lecturers, of course. He says, this is a quote from Hal, "I can swing harder than you guys with my neck in a noose." He can be fairly critical.
And you gotta play in tune.
Yeah.
In tune.
It's funny you should say that. Greg Carger, the trumpet player you'll remember, he said Hal's lesson plan was simple. It needed to be in tune, in time, and have the right feel.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is to play in tune. That's the tune. The tune, you know. Communication is, level, and the band, it has to say how is got a few examples, but he's non-communicative, and that's the last thing that I want to do. And what I had to do is the big band is talk to the level of where they are, and it was just the way that things settled, and what I had to do is go and look at a road, and the communication was, I gotta go there, and I have to go there. Communicate in tune and playing out of tune, and going to facts and places. And what I did is go there and thrust and communicate.
So of tonight, it should be called the Hal Hall of Fame. That's your entry, the Hall of Fame. We'll get some of the family up and we'll be talking about the wonderful Mike Stewart in just a moment. We could talk a lot about the wonderful work of Mike, and many of you have been touched by him as well. My end of it was listening as a jazz lover, but it was also as somebody working in the media. I got a hell of a lot of stuff from Mike Stewart, the jazz coordinator, I can tell you, but it was always with enthusiasm, it was always with energy and so on.
He was a bit sneaky as well.
Hello, what's up here?
I always remember the story, and some people will have heard this before, but we happened to be out away somewhere. Mike was on his own in a house in Hamilton, and he must have put on this recording and wound up the volume. But it was a summer's day and all the windows were open. And the story came out afterwards that he was blasting this Dixieland music out all over the countryside, and the telephone rang, and it was a very gentlemanly person from across the road saying, "Would you mind telling your son to turn down the record player or turn the sound?" And he said, Michael replied, "Yes, I'll speak to him right away."
That is a lovely and beautiful note to complete what could go for many hours. It is a true honour to ask all of the family to accept this induction into the Hall of Fame, the South Australian Music Hall of Fame. Mike Stewart, thank you very much.